All right, next one is a picture. Oh, this one is a book that was written.
Story time.
Story time. You guys wanted me to read you the story. I am going to read you the story. Now, there is a cover to this book.
Yeah, I think you should.
How am I going to? I guess I'll do it that way. I'm not sure if it's going to look nice, but we'll find out. So, there is a cover to this book that I will put up on the screen as I read to you.
And I think they said to call their name is different than what the email.
Yeah, this person's name is Bobby. So Bobby did. Bobby is 13 years old. Let me go ahead and switch this so we can all see the cover. This is called The Legend of the Psychotic Circus of Savannah, Part 1. Amy, we failed. Let's get ready for story time, folks. This is what I love about doing this contest because you can get every kind of piece of artwork. We have in the past had someone who did a tattoo. We've had videos, we've had paintings, we've had 2 drawings that look amazing, which again, guys, if you have a physical copy of your drawing, I would love it if you would email us back or I'll email you and we can see if we can get it for our studio because I love to frame the artwork that you send. But now we have a book.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is great. You guys, who else is, I want to know before we even start getting into the story time, who else is super excited for me to read this book? Because I am very excited.
Yeah, I think this is definitely different. I love it.
This is what I love.
It's the creativity, how different it is. It's awesome.
Okay, so again, this is written by Bobby. Bobby is 13 years old. And so again, without further ado, he says, let me introduce the Psychotic Circus of Savannah book. Chapter 1, and it takes place September 6th of 2021. So last September.
Okay.
It was an average day at the Psychotic Circus of Savannah household until Amy asked John, what happens if we don't hit 10K? I say we burn Bloody Sweet in a fire while Cotton Candace spins in the background, but I just realized that Bloody Sweet's initials are BS, he said. In an alternate universe where all of John's props are alive, when Bloody Sweet heard this, he was stunned. So he used many odds and ends from around the house to create a portal to go over to the real world and stop this madness. Ooh, I love the concept, don't you?
Yes, I love it.
Chapter 2. It says, let's hustle in a side alley. He gathered his clown army and told them to go out and force people to subscribe to the channel ASAP at all costs. But by all costs, they were a little too tough. Henry Hustle was waiting for his victims in a side alley, but he wasn't really getting anywhere. So he directly walked up to the next person who had enough nerve to walk down that street and said, time for a trick. I'm going to need your phone, friend. Okay, said the man, frightened. Henry checked YouTube. Harriet! Yes, Dad? He is not subscribed. Give him what he deserves. I'm out of here, said the man. Henry grabbed his shirt as Harriet said, you're not going anywhere before this knife goes through you. Okay, friend? As she pulled out a knife out of her throat and had a little stab-a-thon with her father and then stole his wallet. What a nice father-daughter bonding. They set terror through Texas throughout the night. Chapter 3, the big one.
Oh.
What is up, you guys? It is HTJ Halloween, and I am back with a highly anticipated prop unboxing, and it is, as you can see, Wacky Mole Clown. Will you please handle this? But little did he know it was a big mistake buying a prop that Savannah owned. While HTJ was sleeping, Wacky snuck in to grab HTJ's Wacky. Wait, what? Oh. So my version of Wacky has crept into the room of HTJ when HTJ was sleeping And then he looks at it and he says, cheap Botox version of me, burn in hell. Nothing beats the original. Wacky muttered as he threw his newer counterpart out the window, only to check HTJ's phone. Not subscribed. At 2 a.m, HTJ woke up in the spirit Halloween rap with Fog as Wacky stormed in the room. I just love hitting you unsubscribed bozos with my hammer. Naturally, HTJ needed to get out of there. He started to climb out the window feet first, but Crouchy was waiting for him from the other side as Wacky walloped him in the back of the head and grabbed his wallet, leaving him dead outside the window next to the other Wacky. It's a little gruesome, but it's an alternate reality. Yes. Technically, this is the real reality, but it's a book. It's fiction. We're not urging anybody to harm anybody, especially Wacky Mole. Don't go hurting anybody, Wacky. Chapter 4, and this is almost to the end, guys. It's called Chapter 4, The Beginning of the End. It was late, and the Apple store was just closing as Sweet Dreams Clown busted in, kid in hand, demanding an iPhone. They had money from all the wallets they stole. Sweet Dreams ripped the money out of the kid and said, see? Fake. They used the phone to create several dozens of YouTube accounts to subscribe to the channel. The channel was almost at 8K. Remember, this was last year.
Yep.
They went to create the next account. The phone started to get hot. Soon it got a red glow and started smoking as one of the clowns muttered, uh-oh. The smoke alarm started going off. There at HTJ's house and with Sweet Dreams' mind powers, he created a clown car for all of them to fit into, and they drove away as the house exploded. I just imagine like a movie scene where it's like driving away in slow motion, all these clowns' heads, and just that was a slow motion explosion sound effect.
That was perfect.
It was.
Oh my God.
You got, before we even rate this story on a level of 1 to 10 about my slow motion sound effect, what do you guys give it? You gotta tell me what they say.
Just clowning around said 10.
Yeah.
Gavin said a million trillion out of a 10. Everybody's saying 10.
Man, it was perfect. All right. They got pulled over by a cop. I hear that there has been some clowny business going on here. Bloody Sweet poked his head out the window. F you, bozo! The car zipped forward as it hit the officer and killed him. We need to go back, said KG. I agree, chimed in a few other clowns. With that, they went back to the portal. Wait, said Big Top. All we need is the power of the Punkinator. Sweet Dreams, go! Sweet Dreams started a Chucky-like chant. Chapter 5, the final chapter, which is the Punkinator. May the powers from the underworld and above bring me the Punkinator. Sweet Dreams finished his chant and the portal started to shake as a crouchy leg and foot stepped out. With the arm of Twitching Clown, another arm of Wacky Mole, the Punk's head, and Charlie's hat. It was the Punkinator. The clowns explained to him what was going on, and they drove away in their clown car. They were driving, and by coincidence, they drove by E-Coop's house. Stop! Screamed the Punkinator. Since he was newly in charge, they did, and followed him into E-Coop's house. He woke him up and asked him, do you like Johnny Punk? No. Why are you? He was cut off by death itself. The Punkinator had walloped him with his hammer. Sorry, E-Coops. Come on, why do you got to kill the last art contest winner, said Uncle Charlie. The alarm clock started going off. It was 7 a.m. They needed to get back before John and Amy noticed they were gone in the other dimension. So they went back, closed the portal, and stayed in the other dimension. 11 months later. I wish I had like the SpongeBob thing. An animatronic woke up in its shipping box, ready for purchase. The clowns had made a bet that if they hit 10K, the clowns had made a bet that they would hit 10K and it wasn't looking too good. They must return. Part 2 will be sure to make you cackle. To be continued at the next art contest. Super original. Bobby, 13 years old. All right, guys, what are we thinking about this? This was super cool. I love that it just had so many different pieces to our whole collection and some of the inside jokes from our channel and resurrecting the Punkinator. I loved it.
Which we will have Punkinator shirts as well.
We will have Punkinator shirts in store that you guys can buy. So I just want to point that out there. Okay, we have a lot of, I see some 10s.
Yep.
I see an 8, 9, 9, 9, 10, 10, 9, 9, 9. I thought it was awesome and a great idea. 10, 10, 9, 10, 8. I give it a 9. Thought it was, I already read that one. 10, I give it a 9, 9, 7, 10, 9, 9, 10, 10, 10. Oh, I'm in top chat. I'm not even in live chat. So there's probably some numbers I'm not even seeing here just yet. So I'm seeing 9s and 10s. Everything Stranger Things says, what is a Punkinator? So a Punkinator, the Punkinator, is actually, I was seeing if I had I do have a Punkinator piece here.
Oh, you do? The
Punkinator is if you've ever seen like Transformers or Voltron, I guess would be a better, probably have it because I'm old, but Voltron or Power Rangers, how they all come together to make something big. So the Punkinator is pieces of multiple animatronics to essentially become this super duper animatronic. We had some stickers made of him last year. You can see the Punkinator sticker, Punkinator Judgment Day, kind of a rip on Terminator 2 Judgment Day. So I saw some 9s, I saw some 10s. What are you thinking for Bobby? I think
the average is going to be about a 9.5 to a 10. I really do. So what are you thinking?
I think a 9 or a 9.5 would be very ideal. What are you thinking?
I think a 9.5 would be great. I think that sounds about reasonable. That's an average. I think, and that I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
I agree 100%. Let's go ahead and give Bobby a 9.5. 9.5 for Bobby. So far, all great. And we've had 3 entries, all of them great, a 7.5, an 8, and then a 9.5 with Bobby. So that was very, very cool.